salaries need a new exchange rate, the same thing with the HCL. Do you see the HCL? No. Give me a new exchange rate. It's that simple. Do you see the salaries? No, still nothing. Give me a new exchange rate. It's that simple. Do you see the lower notes they keep talking about? No. Give me a new exchange rate. By the way, they are giving them a new exchange rate emo. Sudani congratulates Trump and Vice President on winning the White House race. Sudani believes it will bring stability to the Middle East. Our contact in Iraq that's got ties with the Iraqi government, is saying that we will have exchanges and have monies, Thursday to Saturday, is what he's telling us. The fact they are talking to you, Iraqi citizens, that the HCL is coming, means a new exchange rate is coming. Al-Sudani congratulates Trump and Vance, stresses Iraq's commitment to strengthening relations with America. Quote, "It is noteworthy that Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani had strongly attacked the administration of former U.S. President Donald Trump during a speech he gave at a memorial ceremony held in Baghdad in 2023 on the anniversary of the assassination of former Iranian Quds Force commander Qasem Soleimani and deputy head of the Popular Mobilization Authority Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis in an airstrike near Baghdad International Airport in early 2020. Trump, for the most part, he has been on the side of Iraq. Our problem is not Trump, but rather the fact that Iraq is increasingly making the dinar a closed currency. The means we do not have access to the digital changes happening in the country today. For decades, forever, the corruption in Iraq have stolen the future of the children of Iraq, let alone the Middle East. You'll find them in parliament, you'll also find them in the media, television, newspapers of Iraq. Sudani brought in Al-Ak with the permission of the board of directors of the CBI. When he did, things started to move forward. That's why a 10-year report has now been put out. The dinar is not going to happen today or the next week as far as I know, but this is a pretty big step, the restrictions removed from foreign currency exchange, for them, because this allows a lot of liquidity which is necessary inside of Iraq. Liquidity has always been an issue for Iraq. This will change that. That means more businesses/people doing exchanges with the currencies. A lot of liquidity in Iraq is what they need. Al-Ak comes back on TV again, and he's talking about we have in circulation 100 trillion dinars, and in our reserves we have well over 100 trillion, making our currency to be stable and low inflation. Frank, the CBI has never even printed 100 trillion dinars, so how is it possible? Because you're going to go digital and you have a new exchange rate. Transport announces completion of initial design phase of development road with its land and rail routes. I think they've got it to an exposure level. They haven't exposed the 2024 budget yet. They haven't exposed the hydrocarbon law yet. They haven't turned on oil in the port, into Turkey, yet. Why? Because I think the 2024 budget has something that we're waiting for. What are you doing in Michigan? I'm taking care of the CBI Bank. What else you doing in Michigan? Me and my 18 partners, we've got 93 currency center banks. Where? Michigan, the state is important. For who? The CBI. The Arab population is massive. There are cities that are just Arab now. The state support parliamentary bloc called, on Thursday, for the necessity of reconsidering the calculation of the price of a barrel of oil in next year's budget. Bloc member Mohammed Al-Ziadi said in a statement to Al-Maluma agency, stopping the war in Ukraine will return oil prices to $50 per barrel. So the government must reconsider calculating the price of a barrel of oil in the budget for next year 2025. He added, reconsidering the calculation of the price of a barrel in the general budget is not enough, but rather it is necessary to take important measures to reduce government spending and work to activate non-oil sources of revenue and accelerate the completion of governance in all state institutions, especially taxes and collected funds to eradicate corruption. The State Administration Coalition held a meeting yesterday, Wednesday, in the presence of Prime Minister Mohammed Shia Al-Sudani, where a number of files were discussed, including the emphasis on supporting the step of amending one of the articles of the Federal General Budget related to oil. The Prime Minister's advisor for Transport Affairs, Nasser Al-Sadi, announced that the port is ready to receive the first commercial ship. Al-Sadi told Al-Sabah, the second ministerial meeting that included the participating states, Qatar, the Emirates, Turkey, in addition to Iraq, to discuss the Memorandum of Understanding for joint cooperation regarding the Development Road project was very important, and it was decided within the Memorandum of Understanding that was signed in April of this year to hold this meeting every 2 months.